Parent engagement is incorporated in the early years learning frameworks in a number of ways. I guess mostly within the principles of the EYLF. We talk about the importance of the learning outcomes that children are achieving are enriched when families are involved. It's really important for us to understand the context of the family, the cultural background, and in that way we can devise our program to make sure it's meaningful for those families.
We do have many families from very diverse backgrounds, and family engagement looks different with each family. So we have had families that have come into kindergarten from a Japanese background. They've come in to do some cooking and they've come in to do some Japanese art. We've got families that come from India, so they will come in and do some cooking as well and share their culture and their festivals too. Some families are quite shy, and participation for them might mean being able to come into kindergarten and being acknowledged by the educators as well, and smiling and saying good morning. Even though it seems a very simple gesture, it's an important one to make families feel welcome.
We always really acknowledge the fact that families come from such a different background. There may be siblings that the parent needs to bring into the kindergarten, so a young sibling may not be able to handle or cope with staying for a whole session. So that's why we say, look, you know, you're welcome to come at any time for as long as you like or as little as you like. And we find that that works because it relieves the pressure and that obligation feeling. We feel that that encourages a lot more of the parent involvement.
We have little catch-ups, like when we pick the kids up, they might have a little chat with you, something's happened in particular on the day. So they're really, really good with getting the parents involved and letting them know what's going on. So you feel like you're part of it and you know what's happening.
Our educators are committed to helping families with additional needs to access support services to ensure they get the best out of their early learning experience.
So when we're working with families on an individual basis, we will work to support them with wherever their needs are. So in the past we've helped parents with referrals to housing, maternal and child health, and we'll work directly with particular maybe caseworkers or occupational therapists, things like that, to enable a consistent approach between what's happening at home and what's happening at kinder, to sort of bridge that gap between the two and have a really positive partnership.
The family that we supported at the centre were a family that required care for 2 children. They were in a financial situation where they needed their children in care and they needed assistance to support their children in the centre. So far we have supported the family by introducing special childcare benefit. When they started, we were able to do this for the first year the children were at the centre, but after that we needed to look at different options to be able to ensure the children could stay at the centre. I think the family were very grateful that they were able to keep the children in the service. The children had been there for over a year and were very well settled. One of the children would have been moving on to school a few months later, and to move them out of our environment at such a time would have been detrimental to them, and I think that given they were able to stay on, we were able to then assist one of the children to move on into the school environment.
Using technology has been a fantastic way to connect with the community and share stories about their child's learning.
They have set up a Facebook group for our class specifically. So after each class they put photos up, and I think that's fantastic because quite often I'll ask my son, what happened today? He's like, oh, I can't remember. But having the photos there, it means I can sit with him and say, oh, what happened here? And he'll explain, and then I get a lot more stories.
We have an online portal called Story Park, which is really useful in documenting children's learning. We can post photos, videos, little snippets of the child's day to share with parents at any time. So a busy mum or dad has the opportunity to see what their child's doing for the day and respond straight away, which is fantastic for everybody.
It's just so easy to use and so easy to get the information about your children and to actually see what they're doing rather than having to wait till the end of the year when you get the portfolios. I was at work one day and I got a photo sent through from one of the teachers, and it made my day, and it was as simple as opening up an app and seeing it there.
We've chosen parent engagement for our theme for professional development this year because we feel it's integral in the work that we do. It's really important for us to continually reflect on the work we do with families and to get better at it. We do a really good job, but there's always more we can do. So it's that continuous improvement approach and opportunities for educators to think innovatively and creatively about other ways to engage parents.
Parent engagement is actually something that we're trying to work on as a team, and we're talking a lot about it in our team meetings and the importance of having the parents participating.
The phrase "it takes a village to raise a child" is something that we think about all the time in the work we do with families, and research tells us that it's really important to have that family's input, to understand where families are coming from, and then the outcomes for the child are just so much better.